Oh, I'm ready, Shelby. Makes me laugh every time I hear that.
Every single time. I know, I love it. Oh, we were literally trashed when we were recording our intro and outro.
Yes. Quite drunk.
I know. That was a fun episode, though.
Yep. And Ledge. If you've read Ledge and you haven't listened to that episode yet, I think that's like the most unhinged one that we have.
I think so, too, even though listening back, it wasn't as crazy as I thought it was going to be.
But I know how drunk we were, and so I know what I thought it sounded like.
For real. Oh my gosh. Well, do you guys like our backdrop? If you're watching us on YouTube, we are in the mountains.
We are. We're out in Jefferson, Colorado. It's pretty beautiful out here.
Yeah.
We've been watching a really nice sunset and decided that we could do a little mini episode as long as we're enjoying the views.
I love it. And we have our fun new blankets with us.
Fall themed.
We were originally gonna do poor communication on both of our ends. There's something going around on TikTok where you like swap fabrics, and so you guys like have like the same blanket with your bestie. Mm-hmm. So it's like the bestie
like you each
blanket.
pick out one fabric, and so one side is from person one and the other side is from person two, and then both blankets end up identical.
Well, I didn't get them.
Yeah, so I have my blanket is double-sided of the same color. And Shelby's is matching because she planned them matching.
Yeah, because I planned it because I was like, oh, we're just going to make blankets together. And so I was like, oh, this is fun. Mine have little pumpkins on it.
Yeah, well, mine have little like fall floral looking stuff.
Cute.
Yeah.
Both of ours are so soft too.
Yeah, it is keeping me warm on this chilly fall night.
I know, it is really chilly out. Mm-hmm. And it got like really chilly really fast.
Yeah, it did.
It's like as soon as that sun went away.
I know, it really did. Drop like 20 degrees.
I know. Yeah, it absolutely did. All right, well, we thought we'd come on here and do a really fun episode on like some of our tropes and the books that we love to go along with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like especially not just in the fantasy world, but like fantasy and romance, I feel like those two genres have so many tropes that are, it's like even when you read a book that's the same trope, you still love it just as much. It's like you almost love it even more than you did the first time because there's a little bit of that expectation that it's coming.
You're like, I know this is gonna happen.
I know, kind of like enemies to lovers. I'm sure some people complain that that's overdone, but I still eat that shit up.
I do too.
I love an enemies to lovers plot.
I do too. Like a true enemies to lovers though, not like a office coworkers to lovers.
Yeah, not rivals. Well, I mean, rivals to lovers is fine.
Yeah,
but I mean like true enemies.
Yes, I love it. So what is your favorite trope? Is it enemies to lovers?
Oh, God, I don't know that I could give a single favorite trope. No? I mean, I do like an enemies to lovers tropes. I feel like there's a lot of, like, little tropes that I enjoy, too. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I guess enemies to lovers is probably up in the top, too. I love a one-bed trope. That's another,
I love that
one really up there. Yeah.
That is what I was going to say, too. I think one of my favorite is, like, you arrive at the inn and you've got one bed, and I just think it's so fun. I squeal like every time I hear it, and I think my absolute favorite book with that is ACOTAR.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a good one. I feel like that was the first one that I had also read that was like that, and so now every time I'm like,
does ACOTAR has a one bed trope?
Yeah, when Feyre and Rhysand end up at the inn and there's only one bed. And that's the first time he, like, goes down on her.
Oh, I did not remember that. I thought that was from Blood and Ash that has that scene.
Really?
I know from Blood and Ash also has it, I guess. But for some reason, I don't remember that scene in ACOTAR.
It's like we are going to be doing a reread soon.
Where was... I guess maybe I don't want to do spoilers, so maybe I won't ruin it.
It is. It's not ACOTAR. I think it's Akamath.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
But it's like the first time that they are like actually intimate, and he like goes down on her. He's like, I don't need the pleasure.
Oh yeah, I don't remember that at all. Wow, it's been years since I've read it. To be fair, we're gonna start a reread soon, so,
I know, so excited.
I'm sure I'll be remembered. Yeah, from Blood and Ash is always the one that I think of when I think of the one bed trope, because Cass is so like, oh, you need help falling asleep? I know what I can do to help you fall asleep. So
it was so good.
So that's always the one bed trope that I think I really think of.
Yeah.
But speaking of enemies to lovers too, like we were saying before, another one you haven't read yet, I don't think, but is one of my favorite enemies to lovers plots is Bridge Kingdom.
Oh yeah, okay.
You've probably heard about that one too. I think it's like Danielle Jensen maybe is the author. And so it's first a duology following the same couple, and then the Inadequate Heir and the Endless War, I think, are like it's like the second duology in the same. Wondering where the dogs are.
Yeah.
Oh, Dixie.
Frankie.
Oh, Dixie. Frankie's right at my feet.
Oh, she is. Okay. Sweet.
Oh, Dixie. There she is. Good girl.
Yes.
But yeah, so
the
Bridge Kingdom is like multiple duologies, but like set in the same world. So it's like the same. I don't know. I don't want to say the same plot. It's like the same struggles and kingdoms and stuff, but it's like following different couples.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So there's like 2 books on each of the couples so far.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of what like Amber Palmer is doing too?
Well, I don't think she hasn't formally said that it's coming out yet, but I'm hoping that she's going to come out with another one set in the same world. But so that's a really good like true enemies to lovers plot. I think is Bridge Kingdom.
I like it.
Yeah.
I also kind of felt like, did you think From Blood and Ash was kind of enemies to lovers too?
Yeah, I think there is a certain amount of it in From Blood and Ash. Definitely. I think there is.
I love it. And then another one that we've covered on the podcast is also The Serpent and the Wings of Night. And that one I loved too. I loved that, enemies to lovers.
Yeah. Well, and I think another trope that is kind of in Serpent and the Wings of the Night too is the like misunderstood villain.
Oh, yeah.
That's a trope I really like too, and you definitely get it in Serpent and the Wings of Night.
Absolutely.
And I feel like I had some other ones.
We also had that one in the book that we literally just covered, Assistant to the Villain.
Yeah, that definitely has a misunderstood villain. And I would say Shatter Me too, actually.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think Shatter Me is another misunderstood villain.
Yeah. I love that one.
What other ones do I have? You haven't read River of Shadows, have you?
No, I haven't read that one.
That one gave me some of the misunderstood villain vibes too, and so did Fourth Wing.
Oh yeah, Fourth Wing for sure. And I cannot wait to see what happens in Iron Flame with that misunderstood villain. You want to know something that I saw on TikTok about Iron Flame? So it was like a hilarious video of she was like sobbing, and she was like, when they're already in love and it's the first book in the 5, and I was like, wait a second.
I know.
I'm like, no, is this going to be another like,
we'll
just
see.
kidding.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, my heart will absolutely be broken because I love Xaden and Violet together.
I know, but I feel like Dane was the first love interest. We've already kind of gotten past that.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I hope so.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. What are some other tropes that you like?
Some other tropes that I really like, when it's done really well, is Grumpy Sunshine, which From Blood and Ash I feel like is totally that.
Do you? Who do you feel like is the? Do you think that Poppy is Sunshine?
No,
you think that Cass is Kieran is Sunshine?
I think Kieran is Sunshine, and
Cass is Grumpy.
Yeah.
Actually, that is really cute to say that, like not as the main love couple, but like in a different relationship of. Oh my gosh! Well, so it's funny you say that because then I feel like Juliet and Kenji give Grumpy Sunshine also.
Gosh, absolutely.
From Shatter Me.
Yeah.
Because Kenji is not the love interest either, but like.
But it's totally like
he gives the sunshine to Juliet's.
We are
Grumpy.
Kenji stans. We are a Kenji stan account here.
Yeah.
We love Kenji. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh man. Another trope that I know that you love is found family.
I do like found family. That is one I definitely really, really like a lot.
Yeah,
I feel like Fourth Wing had really great found family.
Yeah, Fourth Wing had a great one. Akatar has a really good found family. Mm-hmm. I love the Bat Boys. Mm-hmm. I think that's so awesome. Yeah,
that is a classic. I feel like that one is like luckily in a lot of books, and I always really enjoy that.
Me too, because it's like you're able to kind of like choose who you want to love and choose who you want to be like as your family. And so to me that is just like so special, because sometimes like that found family like really is like better than you could ever imagine. Like you. and me. Like, I
Cheers
would
to
cheers,
that.
but my drink is empty.
Oh, should have refilled before we started.
I should have refilled, but I didn't even think about it. I'm
That's
also
okay.
really excited. I think I'm going to heat up some cider after this and put vodka in
Yeah.
it. Or whiskey. Actually, I really like your idea of the whiskey.
Yeah, I think you could heat up the cider and put whiskey and like a dash of cinnamon or cinnamon sugar or something in it. I think it'd be really good.
Cinnamon.
So I also have, I have so many more tropes that I'm excited to talk about.
I love it.
Another one that I'm feeling right now because it's cooling off right now is body warmth for survival.
Oh my gosh.
I love that trope. Most recently, we had that in Ledge, and I went absolutely feral for that.
Well, and then you also said that it was in, was it Ice Planet Barbarians?
Yes, it was in Ice Planet Barbarians.
Oh my gosh. Like, you were talking about the cave scene.
Yes, and so there's definitely been a couple of the like body warmths or first survival ones, and I couldn't think of the other ones off the top of my head. So if you have any suggestions for books with the body warmth for survival trope, please DM me those because that is like one of my favorite situations.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
I love that one.
That is so fun.
I also love Drunk Confessions of Attraction.
Oh my gosh. Again, assistant to the villain that we just talked about.
Yeah, we got some of that there. We also got that, I think, in Kingdom of the Wicked. Yes.
Oh, yes.
There's like a certain scene under a certain influence that I think we got that.
It's so fun.
There's also, I'm like trying to remember, there's another one that we read recently that, this is going to kill me now.
That what?
It might have been Ledge actually, where they're like in a bar and she's had a hard day and she like kind of throws herself at him and he turns her down because...
Oh, it was Ledge.
Was that Ledge?
That was Ledge. And
yes.
She like kisses him.
And he is like, no, I'm not going to take advantage of you. Ledge. So
that was Ledge,
but like the Drunk Confessions of Attraction, I always think that's cute. Yes. I think A Darker Shade of Magic kind of has that too. It's not a heavy romance book, but it has a little bit of that moment.
I know, I liked it in Assistant to the Villain too. That was really fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that one. I also, one that we've talked about recently on the podcast is where you have like, there's like one seat left, and so you have to sit on their lap from Divine Rivals.
Divine Rivals have that, and so does The Love Hypothesis.
Oh, heck yes.
Has the like, oh, well, there's no other seats except for on my lap.
Oh, I guess you'll just have to sit on my lap.
And it always starts with them like sitting really stiff, and they're like, oh no, this can't be comfortable, and then they're like melt into them, and they're like, actually...
Wait, I deserve to be comfortable too.
Yeah.
I'm doing this because of safety reasons. I'm not doing this because it feels good.
Okay, so yet another trope that I really enjoy is the like woken up from a nightmare and then like getting soothed by the potential love interest. I think everybody probably remembers the one in Akamath. That's like a classic one for sure. Yeah. But also for maybe some of my millennials, The Hunger Games. Did you ever read The Hunger Games?
I didn't. I've seen the movies, but I haven't read the books. And so I don't even remember the nightmare scene.
Yeah, I think it's like maybe in the second book, and there's definitely a like woken up from the nightmare kind of scene in that one. Also in the third book of Shatter Me.
Yep, that was definitely in Shatter Me.
Yep.
Oh, I love that.
From Blood and Ash, I think also has some of that. There's like definitely waking up from nightmares there.
Oh, yep, I love that.
And then I don't think you've read either. Have you read The Maddest Obsession?
Nope.
That's like I think it was like a mafia romance maybe.
Oh, interesting.
But that one definitely had it too. And I think Of Darkness and Fire might have had one like in the second book maybe.
Yes, and that is like I'm going to be reading that one soon.
Yeah,
sure.
I feel like maybe it was in the second book, but
yeah. Oh, I love it.
But yes, because that one. Yeah, there's some history why she wakes up from that one.
Gosh.
So that's a good one too. The woken up from a nightmare is another favorite trope of mine.
Well, I love that especially because like when you are in that like state of vulnerability and then you have somebody that can like be there and comfort you. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's why we had such a switch in ACOTAR is because of the nightmares. Mm-hmm. And so I love that trope. So something that I think is really fun that has been like becoming more popular, I think because of ACOTAR, is the wingspan.
Yeah, discussion about wingspan for sure.
Which is so funny. I've also seen so many like TikToks about like Barnes and Noble where they have like the wingspan puzzle like right behind like where ACOTAR is all staged.
Yes.
I think that is just so funny.
Yeah, I do think that's funny because in general, like there's not a ton of books that I feel like have wings in them.
Yeah.
But with the wings, I also love the like flying with her scenes, like flying with her like cradled in your arms or whatever. And like obviously you get that in Akatar, and I think you maybe get that in Crescent City too. I don't remember. I feel like Hunt must do that.
I think you do get it in Crescent City. You also get it in Ledge.
That's what I was gonna say. You get it in Ledge, and you also get it in Serpent and the Wings of Night.
Yeah. Oh yes, I love it.
In the first one.
Yep. I love it.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one of my favorites.
Yes, I love that one too. That's another good one.
Oh my gosh, what are some tropes that you really, really don't like?
I feel like these go together. I'm not a fan of the breeding tropes or
like the
pregnancy. But I feel like those are like two like kind of different ones too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm not really like super into that. So I feel like a lot of the Omegaverse stuff that's kind of I feel like a lot of those are kind of like breeding trope-ish.
Oh, really?
I'm not super into that.
Oh yeah, I don't love it either. I feel like honestly it can kind of like ruin it for me.
Yeah. And I'm also not a big fan of the miscommunication trope. I know sometimes it can be okay, I guess, but I'm not always a big fan of the miscommunication trope either.
One that I literally hate is the young marriage or like purity culture.
Yeah, ugh. I don't like that either.
Yeah, we see that in a couple of books we read recently, and it's just like it really just seems like you're like rushing to do it, and it just doesn't. I don't like it at all. Yeah, I'm
not a fan of that one either.
Not a fan.
I do also like reluctant allies.
Oh, yes.
I think that's always a fun one of like, they're not actually, they're like not exactly enemies, but maybe kind of enemies, but they like have to team them up because they have a common goal. And we kind of have that in Kingdom of the Wicked.
Yes.
And
I love it.
You haven't read What Lies Beyond the Veil, right?
Nope, I haven't.
But that book also has the like reluctant allies, which
I love it.
Yeah,
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
We haven't even talked about who did this to you.
Oh my gosh, oh my god. No, we haven't.
Classic.
That is such a classic.
Yeah, that's a classic too. I feel like that's in so many books we don't even need to list them, but I mean.
I know, I actually just had a TikTok on that where it was like when the enemy finally goes, "Who did this to you?" And the most what's it called? The series that comes to mind first is Throne of Glass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
100%. That's the first one that I think of too.
Yeah,
definitely.
Because that's a good scene. That's a sad scene. That's a good scene.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's such a good one.
Like another. I don't really know if it's like a trope, but like a situation. I love a book where the like male main character, like male love interest, washes her hair.
Oh my gosh.
There's just something so intimate about the washing of the hair, like without it being sexual. And it's usually like there's been a really traumatic event and they're like covered in blood or something. And it like, I don't know, washes them.
The showering together and washing the hair, that is one of my literally like favorite things ever. Every single time I'm like, oh my gosh. Because not only are you washing her hair, you're like really taking care of her. You're putting her needs first. You know she's going to love it. Yep, that's one of my favorites for sure.
Yep. And I think that one happens, I'm pretty sure that happens in the Hades series, the one that starts with like Seventh Circle that you have had downloaded for a while.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that happens there.
Ooh.
I know it happens somewhere in Broken Bonds. I feel like it's North maybe, but I feel like in Broken Bonds there's some washing of something.
Well, and then we also just talked about it recently too, and I'm like, what book were we literally just talking about this with? I don't
Probably
remember.
Of Darkness and Fire. I think it's in that
too.
I'm pretty sure it's in that too. And
every episode I get more and more excited to read this series.
Yeah, I know. Also, A Soul to Keep. Didn't that one have it in there too? Like, I think he like literally washes all of her body, but including her hair.
Oh, I forgot about that, but I think you're
I think it happens in that one too.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
And I felt like I remembered it happening in What Lies Beyond the Veil, but it's been a while since I've read that one, so I put that one with a question mark.
The question mark, that's really funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Man, what else do I got on here? Forced proximity. Are you a fan of that one?
Uh-huh. Are we also classifying that as like a forced marriage, or is that going to be different?
I feel like forced proximity and forced marriage are kind of different, but I would take them together if you have. Are there books that you've liked that have had one of those?
Yes. I recently read a book that has like a forced marriage in it, and it's the For the Love of the Gods by Rory Scott, and I loved that forced marriage, forced proximity. I really also love that too.
Yeah, well, it made me think of Does It Hurt? Do you remember by H.D. Carlton?
Oh, yes.
That's one that I thought was like definitely forced proximity.
That's a really
right?
great one for forced proximity too. Like you're literally like basically trapped on an island with this person.
And also Credence.
Ooh. Which is funny because we are right now in the mountains of Colorado.
Mom, don't read that book.
Yeah, Mom, please don't read that book. Actually, no, my mom would probably like it, but if you read it, don't tell me about it, please. I think that is like one of the spiciest books I've ever read.
And also probably one of the most taboo books I've ever read.
Oh yeah, absolutely same.
Yep.
Same. A lot of incest going on there.
I mean, they're not actually related, but it is weird.
The brothers are.
Yeah, but they don't do anything with each other.
Okay, you got me there.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not weird. Like, there's the one scene.
So
There's the one
weird.
scene in the living room where they're like both present, even if they're not
was-
interacting, and that's a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little weird.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, which reminds me, what do you think of the trope? And the first thing I think of is Salacious Players Club, where she like dates the dad.
Oh yeah, and then ends up. Oh, Birthday Girl. Have you read that yet?
I was literally thinking of Birthday Girl as well.
Yep, like when you like date the dad to get back at the boyfriend, but
you
then you
end up
actually
falling
like
in
the
love.
dad better.
Yes.
Yes. Birthday Girl is one of the first ones that I think of. Also, did you read Sugar Daddies?
No, I haven't read that book.
I like can't even say that name with a
I
straight
lived
face.
that book.
But
I'm gonna cut that out.
that book also gave me kind of, I don't know, similar. I think that's maybe just age gap. That's
Yes.
probably a better way to put that, is age gap.
Okay, I do like a good age gap though.
Do you like a Faye age gap of like 500 to 18, or do you like an age gap of like early 20s to like 40s?
Okay, the second one.
Yeah.
Because honestly, with the Fae age gap, I don't even ever consider it that way. It's
Yeah.
kind of like Edward from Twilight when he's like, how long have you been 17? A long time.
Yeah, how long have you been 17? Like 100 and something years.
I know. And so to me, like, they are 17 or they are 19 or whatever. So I'm like, I don't even think twice about it.
Yeah.
But apparently people have issues with that.
Well, you do kind of think of like Vampire Diaries when like
Yes.
we watched that one.
Yeah.
That, I mean, they have been around for like over 100 years, and then they're like so interested in this little like high schooler. I'm like, that is
So
kind of
weird.
gross.
Yeah. I just try not to think about
I
it.
know.
I just
I
try
try-
to enjoy.
I agree. I try not to think about it too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, Vampire Diaries, we have so many good things from there.
I know. I'm like trying to think if there's any other tropes that.
Ooh, why choose?
Oh yes, I feel like I've got a lot of why choose. That's like almost a whole subgenre though. I don't even know that
Yeah.
I call that like a trope as much as a subgenre. Do you have some favorite why chooses?
Broken Bonds, for sure.
Broken Bonds is I think one of the best.
It was done so well.
I know that you didn't really like.
No.
You already know what I'm gonna
I
say.
already know exactly what you're gonna say.
I know you didn't like Ruthless Boys, but I like that. I
It's
actually.
not that okay, but it's not like I didn't like it. It's just that there wasn't enough plot to keep me as interested.
I think you stopped at exactly the wrong point. Unfortunately, like I feel
I
like it was
couldn't
like
keep going with it.
I know. I feel like if you had gotten like 50 pages further, you would have all of a sudden
Damn.
gotten into the thick of it. But it's fine.
Well, that's unfortunate.
But I actually even think that I might like Darkmore Penitentiary a little bit better than I liked.
So give it another try, or give that a try.
You could, yeah. But I mean, it depends on if you like their writing. Like, not everybody likes Zodiac Academy. It is a very certain style of, like, it's kind of funny and it's, I don't know. For me, it doesn't necessarily take itself super seriously,
No,
even though
yeah.
it's like it's got cool plot and they've got really unique ideas, and I like the characters and I like the love interests. But
yeah.
I mean, it's still their writing. It's still the
Yes.
Twisted Sisters writing, so you have to like that. But
I mean, I
liked
love Zodiac Academy though.
Yeah.
Minus the last
one,
book.
yeah. But I really like Darkmore Penitentiary because
Okay.
I like Rosalie. So she's the
yes.
main female character in that, and I
also
just
like
like her.
Yeah. And she was fun in the other ones too. So,
yeah. So that's another
Okay.
why choose I liked. I also really liked the Hades series. I just brought up that one too.
Oh
The
my
Seventh
gosh.
Circle.
Yep.
So that's a good one.
Now I'm excited to read that one. That one is downloaded on my Kindle.
Yep. Technically, I would say that Give Me More is sort of, so that's also part of the Salacious Players Club by Sarah Kate.
We love Salacious Players Club.
Yes.
If you guys haven't read Praise,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
That was like my first pure smut book that I absolutely demolished. I loved
And
that
it's
book.
funny because I read it first.
You did.
And I was like, hi, honey. you have to read this.
And then I read it in like a day.
I know. I was shocked because you finished it before I did. I was like halfway through. I was like, you need to read this right now. And you downloaded it and you were like.
And I finished it before you did, even though you had started first. Yes.
Yeah. I was like, damn, don't spoil anything for me.
Yeah. That was a good, but just praise isn't why I choose, but specifically Give Me More is why I choose. And that's a good one too.
Give Me More, which is, yes. Oh my God, so good, so good. I love Salacious Players Club so much.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what other why chooses I've read. I tried, was it like what is it? It was marketed as like a why choose ACOTAR inspiration. It's like the veil of something.
Oh, interesting.
But I don't know that I was as blown away by it as, and I think most people felt that way. It wasn't as blown away as how it was marketed, but now I feel like I need to make a why choose bucket on this too. I was like,
are you going to make that like a Goodreads?
Yeah, I know. I was just telling Shelby earlier, I've been starting to try and categorize my books into, like, you know how people do unhinged Spotify playlists? My intent is that I can have basically unhinged Goodreads folders.
That's so funny. And why did you start doing these folders?
Oh, I feel like people always ask for recommendations, but it's people from different areas of your life. It's like, oh, my coworker asked for a recommendation, or my mom asked for a recommendation.
Like, I'm not going to be like, hey mom, go read Credence.
Right, exactly. And so there's like different types of books you have to show to different people. Yeah. And so, so I finally decided I needed to start splitting some things up into like book categories that people would like. You got me all freaked out now.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I just thought I heard Gunner growling, and I was like,
I thought I heard that too when you said that. That's why I got freaked out.
No, I think it's fine.
Yes, lots of people asking for different types of book recs though. So I've finally started to make my own unhinged Goodreads shelves.
I love it. That's so fun.
But I think I need to add a why choose.
I think so too. Because I think a lot of people are interested in that, but there's a lot of people who would not really don't like that. Which, okay, I'm honestly so glad that I gave that like trope more of a chance, because I didn't love the Ruthless Boys.
And that was the first one you had read as a why choose, right?
And so I was like, I don't know. But then I devoured Broken Bonds.
That's so well done of a why choose, I think.
Well done. I loved it so much.
Yeah, I really like that one. I think the most fun thing about why choose is like you get, because every character, every one of the partners has like such a different personality, they all bring really different things to the relationship. And so it's like maybe there's one partner that's like really protective, and there's one partner that's really like sweet and caring in an emotional way, and there's one partner that's like pushing the main character to better themselves physically, like you know, like taking them on runs and doing whatever, or like I feel like there's always different pieces that you get from different partners. Like that is really cool to see like their life being fulfilled and more holistically like that.
I love that, because I mean, you just have so many different people in your life that can fulfill so many different things. And so,
the Swiss cheese theory.
I was literally just going to ask you to like describe that.
Yes, I
love the Swiss cheese theory.
There's I will say an unnamed person in my life who described like life and relationships to me as like Swiss cheese, and that different people fill different holes of your life. And so it's like maybe friends, like a certain friend brings a different thing to your life, and your partner brings a different thing to your life. And it's like everybody has different things that they're doing to meet your needs holistically. And so plugging all the holes of the Swiss cheese.
Yeah, I love it so much. It's so true. It's so true.
Well, I hope that you found some good book recommendations from here based on some of the tropes that you like. But we'd also love to hear, one, if you have any recommendations for some of the books that we just talked, or some of the tropes we just talked about and books that go with them, or if you want more recommendations based on certain tropes, let us know, because we've got plenty.
Or if you have recommendations on some of the tropes we've talked about, let us know. Leave it in our comments, in our DMs. We like literally love this book community so much. I've added so many books to my TBR, and it's just going to continue to grow.
I love it.
I love it too. Well, thank you guys.
Thanks. Hope you enjoyed our sunset view.
Yes. Which is now
dark.
Completely dark, which is totally fine. But if you want to see a good sunset, go catch us on YouTube.
Yep.
I love it. Awesome. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.